Alrighty, Roo and Cuckoo to you and all my nobody is now watching out there. Back to the thing. Good. Because my trust is earned, not given. And I wouldn't expect less. Then let me earn it. A few nights of your time, that's all I ask. For a brief moment, she stands there, motionless, looking straight into your eyes as if trying to size you up. Finally, she looks away. Looks like she's coming to a decision. Just so that we're clear, I don't trust you. I have no reason to. Frankly, you sound more lost than I am. Still, there's something about you. Us kindred who are this pretty tend to hide rot underneath, but I don't smell it on you. It's like, I'm pretty new. And I really appreciate that everybody is just so like you guys, like, I feel weird by being like, wow, everybody thinks I'm pretty? Like, that's really nice. Like, you guys are really nice. And it means even more because we're all African American or some form of minority that has a higher degree of melanin than others. That means a lot. I know you're meaning it as like a derogatory or negative thing, but it as a toreador, like, you think I'm pretty? Aw, thank you. That's so nice. It's like, I'm trying to insult you. It's like, I'm gonna take it as a compliment. It's fine. So I'll give you a chance to prove yourself. I have some outstanding business to take care of. I'll let you know once that's done. Meet me here and we'll see what you're really made of. So I get to fights? Oh, Jesus. Did you just, like, glow? And with that, Tamika disappears into the night. That went pretty well, all things considered. I was ready to fight that motherfucker. I got celerity. I'm not afraid of you. I dodged your fucking thing. Actually, I'm a little afraid, like, those claws, if they'd hit me. Ooh, bad fucking day. They do aggravated damage. It's magical effects. It's like I got hit by fire or something. It's pretty bad. So it doesn't have like a continuous thing, but I don't get to like heal from it normally, and it's pretty bad. So me dodging it is awesome, but also I was ready to just toe-to-toe, and he was like, wait, what? It's like, yeah, no, let's go, dude. Arf, arf, motherfucker. Woof, woof, and he's just like, I'll fucking kill you. It's like, no, you won't actually, because she's gonna stop you. And look, she just pulled your ear. Oh, that's so adorable. He's like, I'm waiting in the wings, and I will kill you if I get the opportunity. It's like, well, good luck with that. Alright, well, that's me hang. Why does it sometimes just be like super easy, you know, like, oh wow, no, that was one, like, oh, if you want to hang out with the Malkavian, not simple. Tremere, pretty not too bad. The other guy, okay. New York City is knocking at the door to your haven. That doesn't make sense. New York City can't do that. It's not a person. The sight comes as more than a little shocking. If he had business with you, you'd either expect to see him or inside, or never see him coming at all. Is it Kadir? Alright, there he is on the other side of the people. Patiently and politely waiting for you to let him in. I really hope it's not Kadir. Carefully unlock the door and face him in silence. God damn it, it's Kadir. Fuck. Evening. May I come in? Well, you know what? Sure, why not? Because if you wanted to kill me, you already would have done it. So, you know, we must be cool enough. You're not going to kill me, right? Please don't kill me. Like, please. Please, please, please don't kill me. Have I said how much I love your suit? You simply stare at him. Your lack of an answer doesn't faze him, and your lack of resistance as he starts walking inside has obviously been interpreted as permission. I mean, I would have said, sure, I'm not doing anything else, or, of course, or, I was just about to heat up a taquerito or some shit. Like, even if it doesn't make sense, just to fuck with him, like, what? Like, just to be like, you want a taquerito? It's like, I don't, we don't, can you eat? Like, anyway. Once inside, he starts looking around as you cautiously stay by the door. What, like I'm gonna run? Well, I mean, I guess that's better than being trapped in your haven with him. Haven't really had time to make this place your own yet, have you? Feels like Langley's apartment through and through. Secluded study where nobody studies anything. That's that's a really weirdly harsh burn there. Like a weird, it's like a secluded study where nobody studies anything. I'm gonna just keep that to myself and just shut my fucking mouth. Look at the books on this shelf. Obviously meant to impress guests, not to be read. Reveal nothing about their owner, aside from the aching desire to be taken seriously as an intellectual. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what those books are, but I think as a person who goes in, whenever I am exposed to another's space, you know, their haven or whatever, in the Vampire the Masquerade terms, I observe, you know, like their books, their movies, their video games, their art, their whatever. Because that's the fastest way to learn the most you can about somebody if you don't know much about them, or learn more about them. And yes, people can pose as certain things, but I think vampires are more likely to do that than normal people. But motherfuckers ain't gonna. This is capitalism, you know, like 2023. You don't have fucking money to waste on bullshit that you don't actually want. You might buy a book that you've already read, or you listen to the audiobook of, or something like that. That's about it. You're not gonna fucking pose or, you know, that sort of thing for it. Like, that just doesn't. I mean, if you have enough money, then, but that's a factor. I look at people's movie collections and I'm like, I look at my own movie collection and I'm like, these are the ones that I'd be like, why the fuck are these here? And it's like, I bought them on accident, I was gifted them, or I just wanted to, it was like $2 to see it, you know? Like, it was like a purchase rental. You know? Most of my movies are, like, solid. That's what I like. Oh yeah, no, I've got like most of the Quentin Tarantino collection. Not all of it, but most of it. A lot of other shit, but you know, it is what it is. But there's some random shit that I'm like, I don't even really want this here. It's just, I'm not gonna get rid of it because it's not terrible. It's just, does it belong one of these things? It's not like the others. No, but it's not like so bad that I'm like, oh fuck this shit. Like, it's sometimes you experiment with stuff. It doesn't mean that the collection has to be or maintain a sort of level of purity of value. Like, I love movies. That doesn't mean that if something isn't top tier or something that belongs in my collection, that I'm just gonna throw it outside or whatever, you know? Anyway, moving on. Seriously, as an intellectual, he picks up one of them up and smirks before putting it. 5. I didn't get to see the thing. I should have looked down, and I didn't. Okay. The phenomenology of spirit next to all this garbage poetry. We could make a bet. If she's read more than 20 pages, I owe you $50 and a gallon of blood. Dude, you're the one that started this, and I very much do not want to participate because that's my patron. She maybe, you know, posing or whatever. That's a lot of books. Like, looking at the bookshelf, that's a lot of books. I'm a person who has read many books in my life. I've read more books than that, but if every book I have ever, well, actually, okay, now, if I think, well, that depends on how you define a book. Just anyway, just the concept of if every book I ever read was put on a bookshelf, it would overflow that fucking shelf many times over. But that's not me bragging. That's still a fucking lot of books. The thing is, the point here is that these books aren't things that she has read or even cares about. They're there to appear for the purpose of caring about. But I don't want to get involved with that. But he's another toreador. She's a toreador. They have previous relationship stuff, and I'm just like, I really don't want to get involved. The kind of, okay, let's just wait till he's done talking, and we'll go back to the top. The kind of place that self-professed hermits entomb themselves in to suffer. Considering how much you have to run around these nights, you probably only use it to shelter from the sun and rest, right? Yeah, no, I don't hang out, water the plants. I'm very confident these are not living plants. We're in New York, and these are like palm fronds. I'm pretty sure that's not standard here. They're plastic, and you know, I don't read the books. I don't need to eat. I don't need to do anything but basically not die by the sun. But it's a general apartment. Even though he's obviously making an effort to come off as non-threatening, it's impossible to forget the first impression he made. You know, it's still very, like, congratulations for your survival. You still see him as a fierce predator, trying hard not to expose his true colors. A sense of familiar flight or fight response as you struggle to find a diplomatic answer to his last question. Really? To be completely honest, the weirdest thing about this place is the crappy lighting and the lack of art. Like, there's a few, you know, portraits, pictures, or whatever hanging. But that's it. it's like very minimal, and it's like a Toreador haven. I'm not expecting the fucking ceiling to be the Sistine Chapel or anything, but just come on. Like, this used to be your haunt, this used to be your haven. You hand this out, you hold on to it. It has to have some value to it, enough that you put these books here. These books cost something. Even if money means nothing, why not put maybe your own art or the art of people that... Maybe you keep that stuff to yourself, but even then, like, realistically, if you're really in the art world, you're probably going to have more than enough art if you buy and trade and sell and whatever. Like, if Kadir is bothered by your silence, he doesn't let it show. He keeps walking around, toying with whatever catches his eye. Eventually, he speaks up again. God, it's just like having a shark around you. Watch any baseball lately? Don't do that, man. Don't. It's just worse to look on his face like, you strike me as a Red Sox fan. It's like, I have no interest in baseball at all. And if I had any interest in baseball, knowing you ruined it for me. Thank you. Moving on. I was inviting you to talk in a more direct manner. You attempt to overcome your physical reaction to him and reply casually as you can. Seriously, this guy... Why are you here? If you were going to kill me, you would have done it. So why are you here? What's going on? Just speak plainly. Okay, so, IRL, in real life, I took a drink, and I had to really hold back to not just spit take, because dot. So should I pick A, B, or C? I'm gonna pick C. No, it instantly, my head said no, that's not good. I'm gonna go with A. No. No, I should go with A. They don't expect me to go with A. That's why I should go with A. Fuck is wrong with you people? Oh, god damn it. Your mind keeps going back to that night when everything was changed forever. Waking up in hell with a body next to you, spending a night in that underground sweatbox, unsure of what will happen next, that endless car ride, 3 strikes, that bloodthirsty crowd, that blade. Okay, actually, that's a lot of trauma. I was trying to, like, sort of skirt around that, but he's like, nah, fam. A rebirth, a baptism by fire, a frightening executioner who made sure the flames scarred your spirit. Look, dude, if you're here to kill me, just do it. Like, stop with the fucking foreplay. As you look into his face, you realize he's read the emotions from yours. Not in the mood to exchange pleasantries, Motherfucker, what is pleasant here? You came in here, you have looked at my haven and said, this doesn't represent me, it sucks. It represents the person that you know who owned it before and gave it to me. It's pretentious, lame. You made a bet. You give me a gallon of blood. I don't know how valuable that is in vampire world, but kind of sounds like... I mean, the human body has like 7 liters of blood in it on average. I don't know how much a gallon is. I think... I don't... math good, but that's a whole ass person, probably a gallon of PCP. I'm just gonna say that. And you mock that there are so many books, and I actually did comment on how there's a lack of art and blah 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 blah. You have come in here, you have been rude, you have been unpleasant, you have mocked my patron, you have mocked me, you have threatened me, like, subtly. And now I'm dealing with this, and honestly, as a vampire, because that whole, like, wah, with the whole, like, dark ring circle thing, vampires act irrationally sometimes. If they're afraid of something, like really, truly afraid, if they're about to die or they think they're about to die, there's a chance that they'll just go ham. They'll do, it's called Rotrek or something, where they'll just do whatever they fucking have to live. It may not be beneficial to them. They, like, no consequences, no consideration for the future, just flight, fight, both, go. And he kind of put me in this position, and it's like, I'm looking at his face right now, and it's like, I've wanted to punch a lot of other people's faces in this game. You still no, you're scary beyond my ability to feel that way. Also, you're pretty good looking, but not in a way that's the reason why. You're scarier than my desire to punch you, and you really haven't done anything. I mean, if you wanted to kill me, you would have killed me, and you haven't, so here we are. But what's your purpose for coming here today, sir? Like, you came here, you insulted everything. If I did that shit to you, you would end me. So, if you did that to my patron, I'm not saying that she would end you. I'm thinking it would be a much different circumstance, a much more dramatic and social thing. But are you just bullying me, or what are you doing here, man? I'm really annoyed the fact that I was so well behaved for you, and then you're just a dick to me. Because it makes it feel like I should have at least pushed the bounds a bit, just to have it feel like this makes sense, instead of being like, I literally did everything you said all the time, in every way, as well as I could, and you just still have this grudge against me, as though I barely skirted your blade. I helped capture the Anarch, and I personally don't think they deserve their death, but I helped you, and you decapitated them, and I've done nothing. You literally have zero reason to be angry at me, except for that I exist. That's it. And you've stated that that's not that. You know, I seem like I'm well behaved. I could be avowed, but you know, like, it's not your choice or your place to say whether or not I should exist. But you still want to fucking decapitate my ass, and it's just like, that does, like, why, dude? Come on, man. There's no animosity in his voice. He's just stating a fact. Fuck you, man. Fuck all that. Let me get straight to the point then. Thank you! He momentarily stops caring about his surroundings, turning all his attention to you, and demanding the entirety of your No, I don't like that. No, sir. No, sir. I don't like it. That's definitely not a good thing. You see, there's something I've realized over the years. In large part, I may have been hired just to look menacing with a sword, but my job is to see through bonds, and is about seeing through bonds and relationships. The Camarilla would be safe as long as its members adhere to certain social contracts, making their dealings and affinities plain for everyone to see, but that obviously remains a pipe dream. Coming from a fellow Toreador, that's... I just don't think you're a Toreador, but whatever, okay? This is a community of born conspirators, overly ambitious gangsters, politicians, monsters in denial, all sorts of tragically broken individuals. They are driven by desires that make them incompatible with the masquerade, incompatible with the prolonged survival of the Camarilla, and incompatible with the methods I use to operate. Oh, okay. As a Toreador, you're one of those. There's different types of Toreadors. You're one of the mechanical type, is the best way to put it. Very robotic. You know, Chat GPT motherfucker. Oh, I don't like that at all. God damn it. You look like Andrew WK if he was of Transylvanian origin and had anemia and wore a suit and was much more intense than he is, even though he's quite intense. Also, who the fuck is Andrew WK? Who are you? Moving on. And so I'm doomed to be like a cop, constantly insulted behind my back, maybe for a good reason, but immediately called for help whenever somebody loses their tableware. Fucking what? Did somebody steal your sweet roll? I really hope that people don't call upon you for their tableware. Like, I really hope you're being utterly exaggerative here. Or like Agatha Christie, protagonist, outwardly assisted by everyone, but constantly lied about everyone's past and motivations, even if my failure to solve the mystery might be the end of us all. Okay, that's the thing that concerns me. Because that's like the fourth wall break. Even if I don't know if that's the case right there, possibly. I try to sound like he's peacefully resigned to his fate, but it's easy to detect a tinge of regret in his voice. Voice for belonging to someone who had bigger ambitions than this. I mean, from my perspective as a new vampire, it's like, being the sheriff of fucking New York City, one of the biggest cities in the world, one of probably the highest vampire population places, a very significant and important place. Not to say that other places like Baghdad and whatever, you know, Tokyo and whatever aren't significant. Moscow, whatever. Like every capital city, they're all valid. Vampires are there, but New York City is like, if you didn't know anything about America, the United States of America, and you're just like pointing a gun at somebody's head and just like, tell me a United States city, and they just be like, oh, New York City, Los